Thank you for your song of Hey, Sweetie. One unusually cold morning in mid-March, I woke before sunrise and decided to go for a walk. I would normally have gone swimming on this particular morning, but I decided to go for a nice long walk instead. I could tell from the still, star-sparkled sky that we would be in store for a brilliant sunrise. So I got dressed in my parka, warm hat, gloves and clothes, and off I went. By the time I got out the door, the horizon was just starting to lighten up with shades of pink and orange. The fresh air, although frosty cold, was refreshing and invigorating. I walked along a waterway where I had ventured many times before, but have never lost my appreciation for this life force that what it gives every moment of its existence. I had not been walking for long, and I became aware that I was lost in my thoughts of what was to unfold later in the day, or more to the point, what I thought would unfold later in the day. I was aware that I was worried about a particular interaction that I anticipated would take place, specifically how that interaction would take place. How is it I was aware I was lost in my thoughts if I was actually lost in my thoughts? As I kept walking, I reminded myself to let my thoughts of yesterday and later that day go. I invited myself to enjoy my walk, but my thoughts would occasionally slip back to worry or some other mind games that distracted me from the unfolding joy right in front of me. What truly allowed me to be grateful for the moment and the unfolding joy right in front of me was the magnificent song of a bird that shattered my intellectual tennis table match. At first I thought, what is the bird doing out in this cold? I laughed at my thought and kept walking. I kept hearing the bird song, however, and by this point I noticed the horizon getting brighter. A beautiful sunrise was unfolding, and the bird kept singing. I was not familiar with this bird's song. I started looking up into the trees and noticed first just how beautiful the trees were. I stopped in search of the bird, but could not locate him or her. I stopped for a few minutes, but I could not locate the winged source of the beautiful unfolding melody. I listened attentively for the sound and sensed it was coming from up ahead, so I kept walking. The bird's song was getting louder, so I figured I was getting closer to the source. The sound felt like it was coming from directly in front of me, but I still could not locate its winged source. I was staring into a large, dense thicket, and then I saw it. It was a beautiful, magnificent chickadee. I was no more than 6 feet from this adorable little creature, and it again let out its song. I was full of joy and awe. I was pleasantly surprised to hear this particular song from the chickadee because I had not heard this song before. I was accustomed to the usual short, high-pitched chirp of these beautiful birds. I rejoiced in the moment, the beauty of the bird, and the magnificence of its song. I stood there for about a minute, soaking in the beauty of the moment, and then I walked on. As I walked, I considered, in part, what I was just taught. I had been lost in worry about something that I predicted would unfold later in the day. My worry was preventing me from enjoying the moment. I took a small, precious little bird to catch my attention and bring me back to now, the only place in time there really is, and that now was my peace and joy. For the remainder of the walk, I remained mesmerized by the chickadee's song, however, and when I got home, I looked up the song on the internet, and with gratitude and reverence, I found it. Apparently, the song this chickadee was singing was titled, Hey, Sweetie. I smiled and I laughed. How delightful. I was lost in my negative thought, and a little bird called out to me with, "Hey, sweetie," and I was brought to joy and peace.